Yeah. Hey, YouTube. I've waited a long time for this, that's for sure. This is my latest acquisition, and I am so excited about grabbing this, about getting this. This is the actually I have to order this in. Actually, I have to order this in from Retro Rare. This is the first order Flame Trooper Gentle Giant minibus. This is my latest acquisition.
Wow. Well, they say delayed gratification is a sign of maturity. I don't know if it applies in your case, Paul.
Was that a card?
It's actually the certificate of authenticity.
Cool.
When you buy a Gentle Giant minibus, they always come in a limited run. So it'll tell you your number here, the limited edition, the number of units, and which in which order yours was produced.
And am I reading that right? Is it only a limited edition of 2,000?
That's right, only 2,000 units. If remember, I showed you before the Royal Guard, and this is actually true of all the earlier Gentle Giants. The run used to be quite high, substantial. This 10,000 units were made of this Royal Guard, whereas on this bad boy here,
2,000.
only 2,000 units produced.
Wow, 80% less.
80% less. That's right. And you know, because of the rarity, I guess that would explain why the price increased so much. Whereas they used to be about 50 to 60 bucks a piece, they've now increased to, you know, this one cost 120.
Wow, the price point's really gone up.
Yeah. Now, when I say 120, that's normally the U.S. price. Canadian, it's actually quite a bit more. But
Current exchange rate's about 150 Canadian.
yeah. So this is absolutely spectacular. Yeah, I can't. This is, I actually have to order this in. This wasn't something that, you know, was just sitting on the shelf there. I actually had to ask Sandy to order it in because I knew when this one first got produced that it wouldn't last long. The production run has been decreased substantially. And you'll notice that when you see the new Gentle, wow, isn't that nice? Like that? That's nice, eh?
That's gorgeous.
And you'll notice, compared to the older minibus, it's noticeably larger. And it's also noticeably heavier than the ones that they have produced in the past. And yeah, I can't say enough about it. This has been produced, designed with the latest 3D technology. So the detail is absolutely spectacular. And yeah, I'm so super excited about owning it. And it is to date the most expensive minibus I've ever owned. And also the rarest one I've ever owned as well. So can't say enough about it. Extremely happy about getting it, and yeah, shout out to Retro Rare for bringing it in for me.
Way to go, Sandy.
Now, just Jose, how many Gentle Giant minibus do you own?
0.
Oh, 0.
Yeah, 0. But I have breaking news. I am just about to put a deposit on my first Hot Toy.
Ah, so you're finally breaking your cherry for the Hot Toys. About time, time.
I could not do it with a better person than Scarlett Johansson.
That's for sure.
Black Widow from the Avengers.
Black Widow, yeah. And sorry, Mike, how many Gentle Giant minibus do you have?
We're talking 0 on both.
So just make sure I get this straight. 0 for you, and 0 for you.
Not Hero. I'm not 0 for Hero, but I will have a 1 Hot Toy.
So loser 1 and loser 2.
Yeah.
And then you got me. I got like 7 of these guys.
Not a race.
Not a race, no. Okay, well. All right, let's no more messing around here. Let's get to work. We got a really great show coming for you tonight. Again, I got my special guest Mike and my special guest Jose here. And we got some really cool books and 1 or 2 select items in addition to comics we're going to show you tonight. So, yeah, let's go over there and get started.
The Death Star plans are not in the main computer.
And one last look. Here it is in all its glory. I absolutely love this figure. And the next one I have on order is the Kylo Ren Gentle Giant mini bust. And God, I don't know how long that one will take. Actually, I don't even know if they've begun production yet, but I asked Sandy if he could to grab one for me. So I'm really looking forward to getting that one as well. And when I get it, I will certainly do an unboxing of that as well.
They're really nice, man.
And rub it in our faces.
Oh, you know it, buddy.
And it's not a race.
Wow, this is a shock. This is something we definitely don't see from Jose very often. A new, could it, Mike? Is that what I think it is?
It's a new book.
Oh my God,
Ah,
Jose, man, what's up?
I think I have fever. It's a new book. Yeah, it's something new for me. I've actually responded to one of our viewers and said, you know what, I'm going to make an attempt to show new books. So this is my first step in that effort there. So I've got some news here. The recent cancellation of a Marvel series has caused a stir in the secondary market for the title's final issue. Since Marvel launched Mockingbird in March 2016, following character Bobby Morse's exit from ABC's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., it's been all downhill for the character in her own comic book series. September's Mockingbird issue number 7 sold only 14,751 copies, falling from the first issue sales of 42,335 copies.
That is a drop.
As reported by Comic-Con. Okay, so the series dropped from 23 to 24% in sales between issues 2 and 4, before settling in at an average of 3% loss between issues 5 and 7. With the book's plummeting sales and no TV support for her character, unfortunately, the title's cancellation is not all surprising. However, following the announcement that series writer Chelsea Kane was shutting down her Twitter account due to negative reaction to the character wearing an Ask Me About My Feminist Agenda t-shirt on the regular cover of the title, collectors and speculators have taken notice. Yeah.
very good.
Secondary market sales of the issue, which was also published in a cosplay variant, are consistent at about $10 US, with only a few sales in the $15 to $17 US range. Since the title really never sold exceptionally well, it's no surprise that there are no CGC graded copies in the census. With this issue, this, however, could change in the future. Now, in terms of collectability, eBay listings currently range from $7 to $25 US. Although, you know, the basically this was dramatically underordered by retailers. So when all the hubbub dies down, I probably expect this to settle in around $10 an issue.
Yeah.
Now, for me, and personally, it's kind of sad and upsetting that the title was canceled because, as you can imagine, it was one of the few Marvel titles or new titles that I bought on a regular basis and I enjoyed. So,
Yeah.
c'est la vie.
Yeah, it's too bad. I mean, I didn't collect it, but I did buy the first couple of issues. So yeah, it's
had-
it's a shame.
It had good stories. Chelsea Kane, very good writer. It had excellent art. The covers were great. I did my bit. I bought 2 copies of the first issue.
Yeah.
Marvel seems to be really good at having very short runs these days.
And-
then reboot volumes.
Yeah, yeah.
Usually 12 to 16 books. It drives me crazy.
It's ridiculous.
Well, I would suggest getting out the whole run. I mean, it's only 8 issues. You'll
Sure.
enjoy it.
Yeah.
And bottom line, just to synopsize, because sometimes Jose doesn't quite make it clear. The Mockingbird issue here, the one with she has a T-shirt, Ask Me About My Feminist Agenda. It's a collector's piece, and you should probably pick it up, right?
Yeah, if you can get it for cover price, why not? It's currently selling for $10, at least
I'm
10,
gonna look
15
for it.
US.
I'm
Cool.
going to look for it now.
Great. Thanks for bringing it in, Jose.
No problem.
Oh man, we're about to do the Canadian thing. Okay, American viewers, we don't want you fast forwarding through this part. This is a really cool book. This is Mike's book. Mike, what do you got? What do you got for us?
Oh, this is awesome. It's Survivor from Childhood. Basically, I don't know if you remember back in 1975, but if there was a promotion on in one of the stores that we were at, me and my mom. You buy 2 pairs of corduroys. Remember those things? Corduroys?
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
The cool kids wearing the corduroys. And you get a Captain Canuck #1.
Cool.
So she tucked it away in a Bible, and she's been watching our shows and said, here, okay, come on over and take a look at it. And so, you know, I pulled it back out, and it's not perfect. It's got some wrinkles and stuff like that.
Still a cool book.
Yeah, it's only worth about $10, $12 US maybe, but the
And Captain-
nostalgia factor is killer, and it's Canadian. And there's more Canadian theme coming from me in the next book or 2, anyway, for sure.
Captain Canuck they're still making them. There is a Canadian publisher that's just making Captain Canuck right now, if I'm not mistaken.
You could be right. I'm not sure. It's not one I follow.
It is, yeah.
But so that's just basically a quick, sweet little view on that. I did see some at the Toronto Comic Con.
Some of the newer ones.
Some higher grade ones for a decent price. But hey, freeze free.
And I've been to Gotham Central, and on occasion they have the new artist that is writing for Captain Canuck. He comes in, I wouldn't say
that's
regular, but once in a while he comes in and he'll sign, the covers of the new publishing
Yeah, so
Captain
it's one
Canuck.
of the indies that picked it up, like
Yeah.
Valiant or someone like that. I'm not sure exactly who.
Jose,
Yeah,
anything to
this
add?
Wow. The only thing I could say is I kind of feel self-conscious now that knowing that your Mima is watching us.
yeah,
Thanks for bringing it in, Mike.
not a problem.
Hey, wait a sec. Jose, I thought you weren't a Thor collector. Isn't that what you said to me last week?
Sure did. I'm not a Thor collector, but I am a key collector.
I think you got more Thor than me now.
I think the reason we like shopping at Retro Rare so much is Sandy's always got the good product at the great price.
Yeah.
And you certainly, wow.
Scored.
You scored here, that's for sure. So, Jose, talk to me. Tell us about these two super cool keys.
Yeah. Mighty Thors 132 and 133 from September and October of 1966. And why these keys? These are the first cameo appearance and the first full appearance of Ego.
Wow.
No, not Thor's ego, although he does have quite a bit of big ones, though not as huge as President-elect Donald Trump's, but rather Ego, the Living Planet. Yeah.
Wow.
Now, this character has become quite well known in the cosmic world of Marvel Comics in such titles as The Fantastic Four, Rom the Space Knight, and in recurring roles in the Silver Surfer comics. Now, Ego was created by that legend Jack Kirby during a phase in which he was fascinated with the universe. Ego, the alien Kree, and the colonizers immediately followed his creation of Galactus, thus establishing Marvel's own space-age mythology. Ego once told Thor that he was the result of a scientist merging with a planet when that planet's sun went supernova. Ego is thus an intelligent, living planet who began absorbing space vessels and even other worlds to survive, planning interstellar conquest. Yeah. Now, this behavior, of course, attracted the attention of the Rigelian colonizers who feared that the nearby Ego would consume their homeworld. They recruited the thunder god Thor to defeat Ego. Accompanied by Rigelian Recorder, you can see on the cover there,
Yeah.
Thor encounters Ego, who vows never to leave the Black Galaxy and renounced its plans of conquest, feeling humiliated by its defeat by Thor.
Never, I say.
Never, never, yes. So several months later, a weakened Galactus invades Ego's space and seeks to replenish his energy by consuming Ego. Thor's aids Ego in battling Galactus and drives him off. Now, in gratitude, Ego allows its surface to become the new homeworld of the Wanderers, a group of various alien races whose planets have been the very first to be devoured by Galactus billions of years ago. Now, I've been scoring to snag these comics for the last little while, mainly because there were, for a while, very affordable Silver Age key issues, and I really wanted them for my collection.
Yeah.
Now, what the recent trigger for me pulling the hammer on these is that cue sound shot effect.
Pun.
In the last week, where else would I get them? Retro Rare. Recently, I've learned that Kurt Russell will be playing Peter Quill's dad as Ego the Living Planet in Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Oh, nice.
Now, having Kurt Russell play Chris Pratt's father is a stroke of pure genius, as I believe he's perfect for the role.
Certainly is.
Yeah, I can really imagine him as Peter Quill's dad. Kurt's been basically playing a version of Peter Quill for years and shares the same cool swagger and charm that Chris Pratt has in spades. Now, we know that Guardians of the Galaxy 2 will focus on Star-Lord and his Guardian search for his father. Director James Gunn has revealed at this year's San Diego Comic-Con that casting Kurt was all Chris Pratt's decision and his idea. He also revealed that Ego will have a human form, allowing him to learn and interact with humans. Much like Rocket Raccoon, Ego is the only one of his kind, so the upcoming sequel will explore his loneliness and how he's tried to form connections with other life forms. This version of Ego also raised Mantis, one of the Guardians' newest recruits. Ego the Living Planet will debut when Guardians launches on May 5th, 2017. Now, I figured that if I didn't snag these comics soon, that they would shoot through the roof. And guess what? They have in
They
terms
already
of
have,
price.
yeah.
As we all know, in this current crazy market, any hint of a character making an appearance in a movie or TV show sends demand skyrocketing. Of course, another reason I snagged them both is because of the obvious growth potential. I paid $35, and I feel guilty having paid $35 a copy.
How much?
35 times 270 Canadian, about $53 US in current exchange rates. We just looked these bad boys up in the comic book realm, and guess what? Here are the 6, 8, 9, and 9/2 splits.
Oh, I'm not looking forward to hearing this.
For 132, they are 100, 285, 318, and 3 1/4 US. For
Wow.
133, the first full appearance, 113, 329, 356, and 364. Now, again, with the higher grades, the 9 and 9/2s, it's funny how the little difference. 9/6s currently are dropping for about 300, and I have seen some bloated prices. You've seen $500, $700, $800 on these already for a
Yeah,
9/6. So, great investment. I can only end this segment by saying, thanks, Sandy.
Okay, so just to reiterate, because again, Jose can tend to be a bit long-winded. Jose, you picked up Thor number 132 and 133, and the reason you picked this up is because
Because I'm an egotistical maniac, and it's got the first cameo and the first full appearance of Ego.
Okay.
Who's
Yeah.
going to be played by Kurt Russell and Guardians of the Galaxy #2.
Fantastic, Jose. Thanks for bringing those. Okay, now I'm really getting angry. I need to pick these up myself.
He might have a lower grade copy if he still has one.
I don't want a low grade. I want a copy that's better than yours.
Sorry, buddy, I already got it. Ooh, nice snag. Mrs. Marvel 16. Hey, we featured the first full appearance. Now we have the first cameo appearance of Mystique.
That's right. That's right. So this is for the more bargain conscientious shopper. If you can't afford the Miss Marvel number 18, which is the first full appearance of Mystique, you can always go for number 16, which is the first cameo from April 1978. Again, nice, just like the last time. Dave Cockrum, Terry Austin, and Danny Crespi. Nice cover.
Ooh, nice. Like that cover with Tiger Shark in the background.
That's right. And just like number 18, Chris Claremont's story. Cannot go wrong with that.
No, grade A on the story front.
Yeah, yeah. And, of course, it's not going to cost you quite as much as getting number 18. Definitely a key, though, and definitely worth having. Yeah, that's about it. I'm not going to go too much else about this book because it's really all I need to do. What I'm going to do, though, I'm going to give you a quick rundown according to the comic book realm, and definitely take this one with a grain of salt. That's for sure.
Oh, before we start that, what are you into this bad boy for?
Oh, this one caught. Well, again, that was part of the bundling. So the price on this book at the Toronto Comic Book Show was $40, but because of the bundling, I'm going to say it probably ended up costing me about $28 to $30 by the time all was said and done. When you package, Canadian, when you package them with the rest. And so I got a spectacular deal on it when you hear what these prices are. So again, we're going to do the 6, 8, 9, and 9/2 breakdown just for the hell of it. So we'll start with 6.0. In a 6.0, you're looking at about $27 US for this book.
All right, yeah.
In an 8, oh, does it ever shoot up? It's up to $76 US for an 8.0 copy.
As it should, 2 full grades.
And then when you approach the 9, you're looking at 85. So going from an 8 to a 9, there's only $11 extra according to the realm.
Oh, of course, but it gets even worse. Drum roll for the 9/2, please. And the answer is...
It really is ridiculous. So you go from a 9 to a 9.2. You're going from 85 for a 9.0 to $87 for a 9.2.
Oh,
That is incorrect.
an extra toonie gives you a full grade better? Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think
So again, we said it a bunch of times. It's great to look at their comic realm. It gives you comic book realm. It gives you kind of a reference, but you got to take it with a grain of salt.
Oh, you definitely do.
Maybe a truckload of salt.
Yeah, get out the condiments, man.
Anyways, thanks, Paul. Thanks for bringing it in. You're a great guy. You got some great. Paul's got great books. I love Paul's books.
So proud of himself.
He's finally hitting his weight. Wow, 2 beautiful Joker covers. Silver Age goodness.
Nice.
2 12-cent covers. World's Finest and Detective. Nice snag, Oog.
Yeah, out in the wild, I love the Joker covers. There are people that collect Joker covers, and guess what? I think I would be one of those guys. Absolutely.
You're definitely beating me, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful.
Well, what can I say? I mean, World's Finest you might find, but I mean that 332, I don't see that anywhere.
That you referring to the detective?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I'm really envious of, man. That is a great cover.
Oh yeah.
So,
And the condition is really nice too.
yeah, big P finds.
Yeah, they are absolutely. I decided I was missing the con, so I got to go do a little dig every once in a while.
Wow, you snagged these recently, did ya?
I did, yes, just about a week or so ago. And World's Finest. This is let's see what we got going on here. World's Finest. This is August '68. I give it about a 6.5.
Fine plus, looks it.
Yeah. Now, you break it down into U.S. price, it's pretty much Canadian, spot on, maybe 50 cents room, not much.
Yeah.
Got a little room on the
Detective?
Detective Comics actually, by almost 15 bucks room, and that's hard to do from the Big P. When you get room, I just that makes my day when I get a little room off of a book.
So what you're saying is, compared to what he sold it to you, they're actually worth a lot more when you look on the realm.
No, the World's
50.
Finest is pretty much spot on, and
Yeah.
I got a little more off of the detective one, which any room from Big P, that's awesome. That
You
just
gotta
makes my
start.
day.
I think you gotta start asking to shave a few bucks off the price.
Leave some meat on that bone.
You gotta leave some meat. Exactly.
Yeah, but then again, I mean, how many cons have we gone to? How many times have you seen that on the wall?
Mm-hmm.
You haven't.
No, I must admit, man, that detective is
'Cause
making me jealous.
It just burns right into your skull. I
Yeah,
mean,
man, you can't
and-
stop looking at it.
and yeah, where do you see it? I haven't seen it in 3 years, so it's
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, right on,
Very cool snag, Zoog.
right on.
Yeah, I think pretty much any time you get a Joker cover, it is a key of sorts because there's guys out there that collect nothing but Batman Joker covers.
But when you got ones with such great eye appeal, man, there's an extra bonus there, man.
Oh, absolutely. So if you want a little synopsis on the stories of this one, the Joker and the World's Finest one and Lex Luthor partner up. Luthor having a time travel machine, they go back and they get some of the interesting characters from the past, like Benedict Arnold, Leonardo da Vinci, and a couple of other dudes, and they trick him into pulling off some heists for him.
Leonardo da Vinci being a thief?
Yeah, they kind of like fool him, trick him into doing this, and now
Yeah.
they catch on and they get upset. So they alert Batman and Superman, and of course, what happens is little arse kicking happens, and
Yeah.
everything gets fixed back the way it was, and then they send the old boys back to the rightful time.
Cool.
So that was a great one there.
So I'm curious about the other one, the Joker's Last Laugh Detective. What's that about?
Oh, the cover kind of gives it away if you read the cover. But basically, the Joker has, and I don't even need to read the synopsis, the Joker has a joke that is so wildly, powerfully intoxicating that it leaves you laughing so hard that you're paralyzed. So he walks into a bank and tells this joke, and everyone is just paralyzed. He robs you right in front of you. You can't do a damn thing about it. And he actually almost gets the Batman the same way. But of course, good always trumps over evil, and he fixes that all up. Of
Cool.
course. Yeah.
I guess in that way, it's a lot like Jose's Hot Toys collection.
Oh,
I laugh so hard I almost get paralyzed.
Oh my God.
You magnificent bastard, you.
Oh, that's just horrible.
Anyways, Mike, those are fantastic books. Thanks for bringing them in, and I love the condition. They're really very nice condition books too. So
Cover appeal.
yeah, fantastic. Thanks. Cool. And high-end Jose going back to the well on Strange Tales. You're starting to make me really I'm getting very angry at you because you keep buying these high-end books that I can't really afford right now.
I feel like Baron Strucker to your Nick Fury. I am the dastardly evil key hunter who's collected all the gems and it's got them in a pile in his room.
That's
Ah.
right.
And the Strange Tales store is going to be right between the Power Girl store and the what was the other store?
Warlock store?
The Warlock store, yeah.
So the 3 stores in a row.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, the Strange Tales constitutes my biggest holding in my comic book portfolio, so I thought I'd feature these two bad boys, Strange Tales 157 and 163. These are both minor key issues from June of 67 and December of 67. 157 has the first cameo appearance of the Living Tribunal on the last page of the Doctor Strange story, The End of the Ancient One. And Strange Tales 163 has the first appearance of S.H.I.E.L.D. agent Clay Quartermain in the Nick Fury S.H.I.E.L.D. story, And the Dragon Cried Death. So, in this segment, I thought I'd talk a little bit about Marvel's long-running title, Strange Tales. It actually started out as an Atlas title in 1951 as a horror book. It ran for an incredible 100 issues in this format. It then changed to a superhero book starring the Human Torch with issue 101, and it turned into a split book with the full arrival of Doctor Strange in issue 114. Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., took over from the Human Torch Thing combo in issue 135, and the book ran in this format through issue 168. Now, one of my faves, Jim Steranko, started on Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. in issue 151, finishing Jack Kirby layouts. Ah, damn it, I mentioned that book again. It reminds me how I got jogged by CGC. Okay, Jose, focus. Back to the story at hand. Okay,
Get back to
so now Steranko is not only doing all of the artwork, but he has taken over writing chores from Stan Lee and Roy Thomas by issue 155. And boy, oh boy, does he ever run with it. Nick Fury becomes a hip 60s type hero in the Marvel Universe, a cross between James Bond and the Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Yeah,
Yeah, Steranko's psychedelic artwork and the use of his panels and borders complete Fury's transformation to cool. Now, I can't personally remember another time when the Kirby Lee team left the book and the same title or character became the better for it.
yeah.
Yeah. Now, of course, Steranko is not a one-man band. He did have some help inking from the likes of Frank Giacoia, Joe Sinnott, and Bill Everett. Ooh, big names to
Big
complete
names,
the pictures. Yeah. This series, in my opinion, more than any other, with the one exception perhaps being Barry Windsor Smith's early Conan issues, showcased the rapid growth and advancements in an artist that Steranko went through during his very brief and short run in monthly comics.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, is it a coincidence that both of them started out their careers finishing Kirby breakdowns? I don't think so. I've read that Steranko on Kirby stories, and he has a lot of respect for the man and the help he provided him early on in his career. Now, these two books are my favorite Steranko covers from his Strange Tales run. In issue 157 story Crisis, Baron Strucker announces that the impregnable dome over Hydra Island will keep them safe from the death spore plague and plans to use Fury's body as the basis for an army of Hydra androids to police the world once Nick's dead from the Alpha Ray beam. Now, of course, our hero escapes and he takes on a group of Hydra thugs, one after the other, until Baron Strucker faces him one-on-one. Thanks to his deadly Satan's Claw, Strucker gains the upper hand, and it looks like it could be curtains for our intrepid hero. In the next issue, 163, Nick defeats and escapes from a monster octopus and then returns to S.H.I.E.L.D. headquarters to Countess Val, who is getting friendlier and friendlier with Nick with every issue. The dastardly Yellow Claw wants an AIM weapon called the Ultimate Annihilator, I guess, which is a cousin of the Ultimate Nullifier, playing with Doc Ock and Spider-Man in issue 55. S.H.I.E.L.D. agent Jimmy Woo informs Nick of the AIM's weapon hiding place in Chinatown. Nick calls for all hands on deck, but only comes up with eager Beaver agent Clay Quartermain, who joins Fury in an attempt to retrieve the weapon, which is disguised as a dragon statue. It looks like they have it, but the Yellow Claw swoops in at the last minute and steals the prize. A battle or two later, the Yellow Claw has Fury in his sights, pulls the trigger, and Nick Fury disintegrates before our very eyes. Time for Nick to use up 9th Life number 17 as this issue comes to a close. Dum dum dum. Now, not everyone is enthralled with Steranko's work. I am. And I'm also biased, of course.
A lot of people say he is just underrated
Yeah, yeah. But my point is that if you've never seen some of these Steranko books or the early Nick Fury issues, I would very strongly encourage you to look them up next time you're at a con or a comic book store and see them up close and personal. I think they're very hard not to like. I've always thought that the prices for Strange Tales in general were a bit on the low side. However, in my experience, these books seldom get guide price and quite often can't be had for much less. I think a lot of people don't like the split books. Now, if you're a fan like I definitely am, they can be a real bargain, in particular the Steranko Nick Fury issues. In this market, I believe there are too many people chasing Flavor of the Month books and ignoring some great Silver Age stuff. Oh well, you'll never hear me complain about less competition in this bullish seller's market. To finalize, to see the comic book realms on these two issues and the 6, 8, 9, and 9/2 splits are $30, $85, $95, and $97. Typical comic book realm prices, but as you can tell from that rough guideline, these are very inexpensive books. They're definitely snaggable. Get them in your collection.
That's for
Absolutely.
sure. Yeah, fantastic. I mean, I love your Stranko collection, Jose. And again, just like Mike's ahead of me in the Joker collection, you're ahead of me in the Stranko collection. But yeah, fantastic books. Thanks, and the condition is fantastic as well.
Oh, they're too high grades. Investment grades, at least 8s.
Yeah, and you keep giving away spoilers. Like anybody that wanted to read those books no longer has to, because we talked about this before, haven't we?
Well, I'm giving them disincentive. I don't need more competition in snagging these books. I don't have a complete run yet.
You're ruining it for people. Anyways, great books. Thanks for bringing them.
Hoi hoi.
Sorry, guys, I just had to throw this in. You know what a big Star Wars fan I am, and I say collectible stuff is where you find it. And I found something I thought is really cool. A Star Wars Rogue One Gillette razor set.
This is how they get you.
Let me see your
You've lost your
identification.
mind.
No, I haven't lost my mind. Look at that. It's a Rogue One Gillette razor set.
You just sit down on the couch and you tell
Hold on.
the guy your
Hold on.
problems.
Listen, when you combine consumer durable with consumer discretionary and you put a little nice bloated price tag for something that should be only worth a couple of bucks and call it collectible, that's how they get you.
Yeah, look at that. That's beautiful. Look at the beautiful Stormtrooper on the front. Hey, if it's got Star Wars on it, I'm buying it. That as far as I don't care what they put. If it's Star Wars is on it, I'm buying it. I don't care.
You've just made my point for me, Paul.
I'm gonna use it tomorrow morning just to piss you off.
Anyways, I bought 2 of these. One I'm going to use, and one I'm going to put away in my storage locker and take it out 20 years from now, and voila, instant collectible.
Madness, sheer madness.
All right, men, load your weapon.
So, for the finale of our extravaganza, a big boy book from Oogie, X-Men 120. Chaos in Canada. Wait a minute. I think, considering the current events, shouldn't it be chaos south of the border? Take it away, Oogs.
Well, I showed you my Captain Canuck. There's a bit of a theme going on here. You know, I pop by Retro Rare, and you know, every once in a while I make him buy me a, you know, make me buy a book, and he gave me a great deal on this. Basically about $30 US.
What? 30 bones?
And in this condition, it's worth about 68 for sure. Now, this is a key loaded book. It's got all kinds of Canadian goodness. It happened. It all goes down in Canada. You got the first appearance of Alpha Force.
Alpha Flight. Alpha Flight.
Alpha Flight.
Alpha Flight. Sorry, I apologize. And all of those characters within there. It's also got like Pierre Trudeau's first appearance in there.
Pierre Elliott Trudeau, one of our more famous recent prime ministers. His son is current prime minister right now.
If you consider 1970s peak recent, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, also, what else have we got going on with this book? It's also the first time that Wolverine tells someone that his name is Logan.
Old man Logan, yes,
Yeah,
more of his
this book.
identity revealed.
Actually, tell you the truth, I didn't know that till you just told me that now.
Yeah, I looked it up and it was just awesome. It's just
Yeah, because I've heard very good things about that series, Old Man Logan. But yeah, this is the first time that he reveals that a part of his identity, that his name is Logan.
so this is the start off of like the next 8 books. I think is all have to do with these characters and whatnot. It's a really nice run.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. So again, just to reiterate, this is Uncanny X-Men number 120, and it is I would consider it a major key because it is the first appearance of Alpha Flight.
Canadian goodness there does not get any better.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is one I've been looking for a while as well, Mike. Until I haven't found one yet. Well, I've seen them, but usually when I see them, they're undergraded and overpriced. So
Yeah.
this is definitely one I'll be putting in my collection after a while as well. Or better yet, maybe I'll just steal yours tonight. Then I don't have to buy it at all.
I got guys outside again. Sorry, I had to bring them. When I bring a book like this, you know I got thugs outside.
Flags at the door.
That's right. I'm just waiting.
Cool. Well, that was another fantastic. Wow, what a great bunch of books you guys brought tonight. You guys never fail to impress me, and tonight you were once again impressive, and you did not disappoint.
Playing in the big leagues, we're not going for singles, we're going for home runs.
Yeah.
Man, we delivered tonight.
Yeah.
And filling in my run. Big time.
Yeah. So
Very, very tasty books.
Very tasty.
showcased.
Very tasty, very exciting episode. And guys, if you like what you saw, leave a comment. We've been getting quite a few comments lately, and we're trying to respond to them all. We'll always try and get them if we can. I don't think we've missed any, have we?
No, not recently. No.
Yeah.
Good.
So leave the comments. We love reading them. We love responding to them, and we will see you next time.
Hoy hoy.
Special guest Mike. Yes.